The Pixel 8a is arguably the best value Android phone on the market, and it's the phone everyone should get. Yet with the endless mouth-watering sales on the Pixel 8, it decreases the price gap from the previous $200 to just sometimes $50 or even $0. I don't know about you, but that makes the Pixel 8 much more attractive and a difference between these two phones ever more important. Yet for most consumers considering this phone, they don't care as much about having all the shiny new features or high-end specs and just want a nice solid phone that just works. And from the outside, these phones are just that. In fact, they look nearly identical with the same camera railing and pill design, and similar pastel colors with the 8a being slightly more vibrant, including this babe blue color, which I absolutely love. In fact, there are actually a lot more similarities than differences when looking at these two phones, which seems to be the theme throughout the devices. When it comes to the differences though, the Pixel 8a is slightly rounder and ever so slightly bigger due to the bigger bezels, and it also uses different materials on both the front and the back. There's a new matte plastic finish on the 8a, which is a big step up from the previous glossy back phones that scratch so easily, while the Pixel 8 has a glossy glass back, which feels very smooth and nice to use, but is extremely slippery. This won't matter at all for you though if you play it safe and put on a case, so it can still be in pristine condition when you lovingly pass it down to your younger sibling or sell it. On the front, the Pixel 8a also uses Corning Gorilla Glass 3, while the 8 uses the new Corning Glass Victus, which again, won't matter if you're the type to put on a screen protector. Other than that, it is really hard to spot any other changes. Both these phones feel incredibly light and nice to hold on for long periods of time, which complements their small form factor, though their weights are different, with the Pixel 8a being a whopping 1 gram heavier at 188 grams. Though, I will say because of the difference in bezel size, psychologically, the Pixel 8 does feel slimmer and lighter to hold, so take that for what it's worth. They're also both dust and water resistant too, with the Pixel 8 being slightly more at IP68 or 1.5 meters, rather than the Pixel 8a's IP67 or 1 meter, but again, small differences. The display on these two phones are surprisingly exactly the same too, and that's the best news you can get. The 2000 nit 120Hz displays on these two phones are just gorgeous to look at, even under direct sunlight. And since the display is usually one of the most important factors on a phone and a key differentiator for consumers, it really seems like Google is trying to win consumers with this move, and it really makes us wonder if certain companies, Apple, are capable of doing the same but are purposely choosing not to. Aesthetics-wise though, the Pixel 8a does have slightly thicker bezels and an asymmetrical, even thicker chin, which makes the phone seem more budgety and less pleasant to look at, but in day-to-day usage, it really isn't an issue and shouldn't be a major factor when weighing these two options. When putting the phones through day-to-day usage though, I had a lot of interesting observations for both phones, and sometimes preferring the Pixel 8a more too. For instance, the speakers on both the Pixel phones sound only okay, but I actually do like the sound of the Pixel 8a slightly more than the Pixel 8. While they both get just as loud when you put them on max volume, to my ears, the Pixel 8 sounds very muffled and just overall not so great, and I've seen many people on Reddit complaining about the same thing. The Pixel 8a, on the other hand, sounds more airy and open, with less recessed mids and an overall brighter sound signature. On the other hand, the haptics on the Pixel 8 feel ever so slightly more premium, with a heavier oomph to your hand, but that's hardly a factor as I did have to go back to both these phones and use them side by side to tell the difference. For unlocking the phone, both the fingerprint and face unlock features are exactly the same, which is good news since they vastly improved both of these compared to the previous models, and we can finally use face unlock to open banking and password manager apps too, which is clutch. The similarities continue with battery life, but before that, let's talk about charging with the sponsor of this video, Ugreen. Charge all your essentials at once with this Ugreen 2-in-1 magnetic folding charging station, which features a 15-watt Qi 2 wireless charger and a spot to charge your earbuds with a USB-C port for a watch charging dongle too. It even doubles as a phone stand with these super strong magnets, so you'll be at peace knowing your phone is safe and secure both physically and electronically, since they equip this charger with overvoltage, overcurrent, overheat, and short circuit protection. Best of all, it's super compact when folded down, which makes it really convenient when traveling. But if you're someone like me who needs some extra charging power for multiple devices, their Nexode X 160-watt charger has got you covered. Thanks to gallium nitride technology, this surprisingly compact block has 3 USB-C ports and 1 USB-A port to charge all your devices at once, and with its 160-watt total output, you can be sure to maximize your charge charging speed. It's great for charging high wattage laptops up to 140 watts, and no matter how many devices you need to juice up at once, this charger adapts to give you the highest speed possible, charging everything from your phone to your earbuds. It's also loaded with the same protection features, so all its power is kept under control, and it's just the perfect all-in-one charging solution on the go. Thank you, Ugreen, and be sure to check out these amazing products with the link in the description to find out more. Now, despite the amazing fast-charging Ugreen chargers, the Pixel 8a unfortunately charges so slowly at 18 watts via cable and 7.5 watts wirelessly, while the Pixel 8 goes up to 27 watts wired and 18 watts wirelessly with the Pixel stand, and even offers reverse wireless charging too, which the Pixel 8a doesn't have. The faster charging definitely makes a difference when you forget to charge your phone in the mornings, thanks to Google claims of 0 to 50% in just 30 minutes for the Pixel 8. Luckily though, both of these phones deliver great battery life that can last me a full day, usually with around 5 to 6 hours of screen on time, but I actually found the Pixel 8a seems to last a little bit longer, which people in my comments have been saying as well. Keep in mind though, I've had the Pixel 8 for a lot longer than I have had the Pixel 8a, so that may have had an impact on our battery life, but just know that both of these phones will be enough for most people's day-to-day usage. And on the inside, both these phones use the same exact Tensor G3 chip, which results in the same exact performance. Using the phone is as one would hope for this price range, which is incredibly snappy with no issues at all. Apps open right away, and they stay open for a long time in the background thanks to the same 8 gigs of RAM on both these phones as well. And for consumers buying a mid-range phone hoping for a low cost while not facing any of the sluggishness and compromises of budget phones, then they have come to the right place. This phone feels fast enough to last for years, and the best part is they both don't experience any overheating anymore. Best of all, gone are the days of choosing between buying an expensive phone, which gets supported for many years to come, or constantly buying cheaper mid-range or budget phones that are only supported for a few years at a time, because both the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 8a are promised for an incredible 7 years of software updates, even making longevity a non-factor in this comparison. This effect is only benefited by the clean and efficient stock Android experience that comes with all the perks of using a Google phone. The AI features we've come to love from Google are present on both these phones, including all the same camera features too, which is amazing. And that's really where the biggest difference lies between these phones, at least on paper. In terms of cameras, the Pixel 8a has a completely different set of sensors for each of the wide, ultra-wide, and selfie shooters. And surprisingly, the 8a actually has higher megapixel counts in their respective ranges, with 64 megapixels to the 50 on the wide lens, 13 to the 12 on the ultra-wide, and 13 to the 10.5 on the selfie lens of the 8. But we know that megapixel count never really mattered when it came to Pixel phones, as the magic was always in the software, even in its older phones. And in this case, Google software continues to do the trick for both these phones, with photos from all the sensors looking absolutely fantastic. If I did a blind comparison between these two phones right now, I'm sure you would have a really hard time telling which is which or which you prefer, and as a matter of fact, I'm gonna do that right now and leave your guesses down below in the comments. And for the results, side A was the Pixel 8a and side B was the Pixel 8. They really are quite similar, and the only small difference, as you can see at a glance, is the warmer and more contrasty look of the Pixel 8a, which I sometimes do like better. Overall details are slightly better on the Pixel 8 if you do pixel peep though, but nighttime photos were surprisingly good on the Pixel 8a as well. Mind you, this wasn't a super scientific test, and there are definitely channels that do more thorough camera comparisons, but just from a general user's perspective, I'd say you'd be hard-pressed to tell any differences between the two camera systems without having them side by side, and you'd be happy with whichever phone you get, just like all Pixels. To be honest, I've had such a good time using the Pixel 8a that actually I haven't had the urge to switch back to the Pixel 8 or the 8 Pro for my main Android phone. I'd go as far to say that these two phones are pretty much exactly the same, with very minor differences, and for the vast majority of consumers, the Pixel 8 just isn't worth the eye-watering $200 price difference. In fact, you would have a much better time picking up either the Pixel Watch 2 or the Pixel Buds to go along with the Pixel 8a and have a much better experience overall in the ecosystem. I think Google has realized this too, and they've since started introducing significant discounts on the Pixel 8, often being just $50 extra or even the exact same price from certain carriers. And if that's the case, the Pixel 8 will definitely be worth that little extra money. But if you can't find it on sale, I'd say just grab the regular Pixel 8a and you won't regret it. But anyways, that's it for this video, and let me know down below if you guys have any questions. And if you stayed till the end, thank you so much for watching, and make sure to leave a sunglasses emoji so I know you're a real one. Make sure to smash a like and subscribe button as well, and also check out the other awesome content on my channel. And on that note, have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.